nitrous-fed, pump gas, maintenance-free drag and drive combination. And right now, she's looking a little naked.
Hey there, big boy, you like what you see?
Woo, damn, baby, you ain't gotta show me all that. You guys, check this out. Oh, I got some exciting news for you guys. We are partnering up with Summit. That's right. They have officially become part of the Muscle Car Custom Garage channel. I am so freaking excited for it. Now, here's the cool part. Down below in the comments section, I'm going to throw a link. That link will instantly lock you guys into Summit. And all the stuff that you see inside here, inside the race car shop, from the banners on the wall, to what we use in the cars, to what we use building these engines. Majority of my stuff I've always gotten through Summit, and now I got my own link that will help you guys out. So you can click on that link, go in there, do your order. If you want to do banners, if you want to do whatever we got going on this channel, look it up, set it up, click on it. You help out the channel. I help you out by getting into Summit. It's a beautiful match made in heaven, you guys. I love it. So check that thing out, but let's get back to working on this 415.
So here's what's under the dress. This is a SHP dart block, Eagle crank, a set of Eagle H-beam rods with their ARP 2000 rod bolts. All nice stuff on the bottom end. Top side we have Pro Series SRP pistons that we are looking at about 10.5 to 1. Now let's throw the cam in. Alright, so it's time to slip the camshaft into the block. We want to make sure we got plenty of lube on there. But let me change the camera. Ooh, rated R, not for race. That's right. Yeah, accepted, baby. Yeah, take it, Maria. Plenty of lubrication. But we don't want any dry starts. We want to make sure that this thing's going to fire off perfect. So now that everything's all set up, we have top dead center figured out. We zero out our degree wheel. Once that's zeroed out, now we are going to run the lift all the way up to maximum lift. When I have it at maximum lift, I'm going to zero this out. Now, here's the reason why I like a push rod compared to doing a rocker arm. You've got to make sure that you're going to be perfectly on an edge, right? Now, if this thing starts to rock back and forth, it might ride up and down this. That's not a flat line right there. Not at all. So I don't want to take a chance of going on that. So I go off my push rod instead. So once you zeroed it out, you go 50 thousandths before full lift, then zero it back, 50 thousandths after lift. Even flat out tells you, degree onto a 106. The weight of the car, the 331 gears, some people would look at it and go, why would you want it at a 106? Okay, it's a heavy car. It's not going to be spinning a tremendous amount of RPM. So we don't want to have that center line way out into the 110, 112, 114 range, all that higher RPM that we're just not going to see. This thing's going to peak, like I said, probably about 6,500. We're probably going to be redlining at 7,000 RPM. So at that point, we want to keep that mid-range power. So what I'm going to do is we're going to knock it back to maybe 108 or even this 106. Now, when you think knock it back, this is where a lot of people get it screwed up. You think knock it back. Instantly you think go retarded. No, retarded is going to make the number climb. It's opposite. So we're going to advance it, say 6 degrees, to pull 6 out to try to get us down to 106.5. But if we can get, say, 106, 108, we're gold.
Okay, here's a simple safety tip for you. I got to chop a little bit of these threads of these bolts down. Now, plain and simple, too many times you guys are out there and you won't wear glasses or you won't wear a frickin' shield. Keep this in mind. You can't hear boobs. When you're degreeing a camshaft in it, you're messing with timing and moving where the piston is in relationship to the valve. Bad things can happen. You can kiss that valve into the piston like that. So take a couple of seconds, do a piston to valve check.
Whatever type of putty you want to use, get it on there. Now you can see I did not use a head gasket. I put them down finger tight and then just lightly snug them down to the wrench. That's it. Now, cycle your rocker arms a couple of times through just to make sure you get a good imprint. There we go. Slice off a chunk. We're gonna check the lowest point right there, and that's gonna be my thickness. As you can see, the exhaust, we're not even close. It didn't even make a smush. What's this up here? Because I did this without a head gasket, because the clay was sticking up, we got into the quench a little bit, and it's not bad. It didn't get into the valves. You can see where I got a little bit of clay on here, so I'll just have to clean that up. And yes, I will tell you guys all about these heads in 1 second. So, ended up doing that. You can see where I kind of flattened out here. We are at 151 thousandths. Add 30 thousandths for a head gasket, so we are 181 thousandths on it. Guys, we're good to go. These are basically recycled from the 383 combination that we had in cheap date, and these are no longer cheap, my friends. These are the Brodix IK200 heads. Now, I have gone through and fully ported them, and let me tell you all the goodness that we got in here. They are no longer a 200cc runner. These are a now 214cc runner. I have gone through and hogged everything out, and ooh. But now you can look inside there and you can see all the little brass inserts and everything. These are as far as I'm gonna frickin' take them. So these used to be a 202.16. Now this thing ended up going out to San Francisco, getting a little bit more girth added into it, like a frickin' Pringles can. We are now 208.16. On the exhaust side, I reworked all of this, and I'm looking for nickels, baby. You gotta look for that nickel. You gotta find that nickel, baby. We also have beehive springs to handle that hydraulic roller. What do they flow? Stock out of the box, these things are gonna flow like mid 230s, and your exhaust is gonna be somewhere in probably the 170s or mid 170s. Now, at 700 lift, and keep in mind the cam is 645, at 700 lift, these are pulling 293 out of the intake, and we're pulling 217, 216, 217, upper 2 teens. I'd have to look at the paperwork. Basically, a 215 intake runner on a 415 is a little small, but we are not going to be running this thing to 7,500 RPM. This thing's only going to be high 6,000s, between probably 6,800 and 7,000 RPM. They're going to work good. Trust me, my friends. Are we going to put it on the dyno? Probably not. We are going to throw it on the test stand in an upcoming episode. Obviously, once this thing gets completely finished up and done, then we'll put it on there. If I had to guess, I would say you're probably looking somewhere between 560 and about 580 horse. Getting all the oil inside there, getting all the air out of them, and then we're going to take those bad boys and stick them in there. So hopefully they finish up on their Scooby snacks and their bong rips. Zoinks! What do you want to do, Scoob? And we can stick those bad boys in. We can finish up on the long block and then work on the oiling system. Make sure when you're torquing down your head bolts or head studs, you actually put on some of this ARP assembly lotion. That's right. It puts the lotion on its skin or it gets the hose again.
Yeah, so don't be silly here. Yeah, you want to start with 40 pounds, and then you want to work your way up to 60 pounds, and then eventually you want to work your way all the way to 80 pounds. That way you finally get the full pump, you get the full effect. Yeah, it's just like coming. Yeah, it's so fantastic.
This has got a nice Mylodon stroker pan on it, and what you're going to see here is you're missing something, the windage tray. What's going on with the windage tray? See Nick over there? He is going to be doing some chopping on the windage tray. Also, I have to cut this entire section out. Why? That pickup. This pickup tube is sticking out so far that I have to cut out for this section. Well, didn't you get the right one? This is the one that is actually the number it calls for, is this guy. Also, what's happening is why he's trimming out the windage tray is about, not quite to this tube, but almost this whole front section worth of it is hitting that windage tray. And as it comes up through here, it catches right here too. This is what happens on, race motors, street and strip motors. Even some of your OEM stuff, like the truck sitting over there on the lift. How many times you buy something that's original, and you go to Napa or you go to AutoZone or something like that, you put it on and it doesn't fit. I'll tell you what, it's frustrating. And here is what that 415 is going into. This is cheap day.
But Ricky spent a long time buffing away.
Oh yeah.
That's what brings everything to life, really.
Well, if you put enough clear on it, then you just keep cutting and buff and cut and buff.
Is the flag getting clear or paint? It's in the paint.
Oh yeah. So you excited to hear this thing come back to life?
I'm super excited. For sure. I think we all are.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, these guys are taking off. They're going to be going to Daytona, go do some raising some hell with the new bikes, because you haven't even been able to even experience. Now you're driving the new one with all the cams and all the hot stuff going on. So it's definitely going to be good. So might be sending you guys some videos of that little 421 up and running. Or I'm sorry, 415 up and running. Yeah. The 421 that could. So, heck yeah. So the next one we got coming down the old pipeline, you guys, is now you see what the car is it's going into. Next up, we're going to put the thing on the test stand. We're going to get it up and running, and we're going to have that thing come to life. So make sure you click on that subscribe button. Check out what's coming down the pipeline, because you definitely are going to want to hear that 415 come crackling to life. See ya.